We're here, guys, for another Worth the Calories video. Yes, me trying some foods so you don't need to waste the calories on them, or giving you some recommendations for foods that are definitely worth the calories. We're up to episode 11. Not including the specials, of course. So without further ado, let's get straight into some, hopefully, lovely foods and see if they are worth the calories. First up today, I've walked past these loads in Aldi and never grabbed one. And the bright red sticker today shouted to me, Neil, now is the time. Yes, it's the Jamaican beef patty. Flake bake, authentic Jamaican recipe, but made in Britain. Yeah, I've seen these loads on social media, not just Aldi's version, but yeah, I've seen people having like Jamaican patties all the time. I am assuming, I have no idea what to expect. I'm thinking some sort of like Cornish pasty, as it were, or some people call these a slice. I have no idea. Anyway, where I'm from, it is a pasty. This is I'm trying to read it, beef, onion and Scotch bonnet chilli, so it's going to have a bit of a kick, filling wrapped in puff pastry. So basically, yeah, it's some sort of pasty. Anyway, I'm going to whack it in the air fryer as always, and we'll give it a go. Right, we are back from the air fryer. We have got our patty air fried to perfection. I've done this at 180 for 8 minutes. First thing I noticed is how yellow it is. Like, the pastry is really, really yellow. Just smells like a normal pasty, right? Oh, it's got a nice flake. It's got a very nice flake. All right, that is what the inside looks like. That is your cross section. This, by the way, is 394 calories for the whole pasty, which is about standard. Protein, fibre. This is what I class as a treat food. This isn't something I would eat on a day-to-day basis. It's something I'd have as a treat. So I'm not really bothered about the protein and fibre in it. 394 calories. Smells good. It literally just smells like, around my way, what we would call a flaky meat and potato pasty. But obviously it's going to have a bit of a kick. Like I say, that pastry's really yellow. Right, let's give it a taste. Come on, stop faffing. Gonna have another one. It's quite sweet. Like the filling. I don't mean sweet as in a dessert. I just mean, yeah, it's got a bit of a sweet. I mean, I love pies. I used to eat all the pies. I try and eat a few less pies nowadays. Do you know what? I really like it. Shock horror, Neil. Yeah, I'm not that fussy with food. I do. I really, really like it. It's got a bit of it's meaty, a little bit sweet, but with a kick at the end. I thought it was going to be quite spicy, actually, with it saying Scotch bonnet chilli. For me, personally, I like spice. It's just got a warmth to it. I don't find it spicy at all. Let's give this pastry just a little. Pastry's really nice. Yeah, we have, I know different things are called different things around the country, but this is what we would class as, a pasty. And it is very, very similar. It reminds me, we have a few brands around here, like Greenhouses, like they're flaky meat and potato. Obviously, it's not a potato in it. It's just like a flaky meat pasty. I put half one of these in my app, so I'm eating all half. I just love that. Yeah, that's really tasty. Other than having a bit of Scotch bonnet, I don't know what the Jamaican side of it is. Is it just the fact it's got a bit of Scotch bonnet in it? It's just a pretty decent meat pasty, really, to me. I have no idea how much it was, but whatever the price is, it was 30% less because it had that whoopsie sticker on it. Yeah, if I ate all that and spent 394 calories on it, considering what, like a Hollands pie is normally about 400 calories, something like that, would I be disappointed at all? No, not whatsoever. Is it the best pie or pasty I've ever eaten? No, I'm not going to say it is either, but it is pretty damn decent. I'm going to give it a 7.8 out of 10. And on that basis, is it worth the calories? I'm going to say yeah. Straight up after the pasty, I thought this would be a good one, because when I read Scotch bonnet on the pasty I've just had, I was expecting, yeah, something that might need my mouth cooling down. Does that make sense? Absolutely not, Neil. Anyway, Rachel's actually just tried the pasty and she was like, oh, it's too spicy for me. Rachel doesn't like spice. I do. So maybe that's a leveler for you. I didn't think it was that spicy at all, to be honest with you. But yeah, I thought, you know what? If it was going to set my mouth on fire, why not have a little bit of ice cream? A little bit of ice cream, because this is from Lidl. I've been raving recently about their peanut butter ice cream that they do. I know it's probably been out for ages, but I don't shop at Lidl that often. And I also grabbed this one. This has been in the freezer for ages, not tried it yet. High protein, creamy chocolate flavour. Yeah, ice cream. 295 calories for the full tub. I have seen someone recently say they've had the chocolate one and they thought it was a bit watery. I'll let you know. 22 grams of protein for the whole tub. Again, this is an everyday ice cream. The pasty I've just had, treat. This is something, you know, if I fancy, 295 calories for that whole tub. Tuesday night, fancy bit of ice cream. Yeah, this is definitely something I'd go for. Anyway, there we go. So I'm going into this with a little bit of, I've never tried it before. Like I say, I've not heard anyone rave about it. The only comment I've seen about it was, yeah, someone said they also do, when I've posted about the peanut butter one, they also do a chocolate one, but I found it a bit watery. Anyway, calories are great, aren't they? 295 calories for that whole tub. But of course, it has to taste good. So let's get into it. I've had this out of the freezer a few minutes, nothing major, and it is rock hard. It's not a soft scoop by any means. So let's give it a go. I'm trying my blooming damnedest here to get 2 scoops out. It is pretty damn hard. Right, we've got another one. Let's go. I would definitely not call that water. I don't know if that person was a bit unlucky. They've had one that's kind of defrosted a little bit and then refrozen, or it's possibly defrosted on the way home. Because if that happens, it can get like watery crystals in the ice cream. That is really good. I wasn't going into it with much expectation, to be honest with you. I have reviewed the peanut butter one on a Worth the Calories video. And again, I went into that with not much expectation, because as I was getting that one out of the freezer, some woman went, oh, I tried that. It wasn't very nice. Now, I think some people, when they buy something like a lower calorie ice cream, they are expecting the flipping Ben & Jerry's. It ain't never going to be Ben & Jerry's. That whole tub for 295 calories isn't going to be an ice cream that is 1,000 calories for the same size tub. But yeah, I think it's good. No complaints whatsoever. Is it as good as the peanut butter one for me? Maybe not. Would some of this and some of the, because the peanut butter one's 440 calories, so I'm like, half some of the peanut butter one, 220 calories, get the math right, Neil. 220 calories, half of that, 150. So a bit of a mix and match job, 370 calories, half and half, just to mix it up. Chocolate, peanut butter. Not mad at that at all. It's got a really good chocolate flavour. I don't find it watery. I find it damn decent. Obviously, I'm going to rate this in the context that it's a protein, low-calorie ice cream. Like I say, if you ever buy something like that, expecting it to be Ben & Jerry's, you are going to be disappointed. But for me personally, yeah, that is class. For 295 calories, I'd sit on the sofa quite happily, munch my way through that whole pot without any guilt whatsoever, without blowing my calorie allowance. I'm getting 22 grams of protein, which isn't, we're kind of not a million miles away from that 10-to-1 ratio, which is what we would class as something that's a good source of protein. Lidl. That is a belter. 145 calories less than the peanut butter one. I'm going to say it's not quite as good as the peanut butter one. I slightly prefer that one, but it is not bad at all. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Worth the calories? Absolutely, it's worth the calories. Next up on this episode of Worth the Calories, we have been to Asda and I've seen and grabbed these, which is the ARIA Skyr Whipped. That's what caught my eye. When you get things like Skyr yogurt, high protein yogurt in general, I always say you've got to get your spoon in and give it a right good whipped or whip up. Anyway, these look like they are pre-whipped. High in protein, yes. Let's have a look at the nutritional labels. We've got a layer of strawberry one here. Strawberries and cream flavour, which is 122 calories for 9 grams of protein. And then we have got a layer of caramelised orange. So, caramelised orange flavour, which is 124 calories for 9.2 grams of protein. Strawberry is my favourite flavour of all time, whether it's a strawberry milkshake, strawberry just as a fresh fruit. I love it. So I'm going to save that one to last or second in this case. Right. I can't remember how much they cost, if I'm being honest with you. Okay. There we go. So it's just yoghurt. And I assume there's like either in the middle or at the bottom, there is a layer of caramelised. Oh, it is whipped. Look, it looks like, I don't know, a bit like whipped cream. Anyway, I'm going to dig in so I get some of the orange as well. Let's go. I really like that. I really, really like that. The yogurt is really light and fluffy, obviously because it's whipped. And it has that sour taste of like zero fat yogurt. But you get that bottom layer of caramelised orange. Yeah, that's lovely. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like, oh, God. It's absolutely set my world on fire. But, yeah, I like that. And I do like the texture. So no need to give it that. Because that makes it... When you whip up a normal protein yogurt, it makes it creamy. It won't make it light and fluffy. It makes it creamy because they're very dense anyway. That is really light and fluffy. Basically like a mousse. And then you've got that layer at the bottom. I am tempted, to be honest with you, just to mix it all together. I've only had one dip into this one. Why? Because this is actually Rachel's. Rachel's picked the caramelised orange one. I'm having the strawberry one. So I won't have too much. So I'll let her have a dip into this one. Right, let's do the strawberry one. And I might give this a little whip up. Okay, I've got him. Oh, yeah. Is this more calories, this one? 122. No, the caramelised orange is 124. I mean, 2 calories is nothing, but this is strawberries and cream, and the yogurt bit actually tastes creamy, whereas that just tastes like normal yogurt. And then you've got that little... This caramelised orange one, I feel like I want to mix it all together. Whereas this, I'm happy leaving it as layers. That is an absolute... Love that. Absolutely love that. That's good. Love that one. Let's rate him out of 10. I'm going to go for that caramelised orange one. I'm going to give it a 7.2. That's getting a 7.2 out of 10. The strawberries and cream, that is a 9 out of 10. Are they both worth the calories? Yeah, they are, definitely. We're in the kitchen for this next one because I have been to ALDI and I saw this brand new this week in Cuisine takeaway chicken chow mein. And why I've grabbed this is I checked on the nutritional label and it actually has a better protein to calorie ratio than pretty much any of their protein meals. Yet you do not see protein written anywhere on there. Anyway, let's get it nuked to perfection. Macros might be decent, but the important thing is it also needs to taste good. So yeah, we'll get it nuked to perfection. We'll give it a go. See if it's any good. And here we go. Nuked to absolute perfection. Do you know what it smells? It does smell really good. Cooked chicken breast strips combined with cooked egg noodles, sliced choy sum, red pepper in a soy sauce. You can definitely taste that soy. It's 423 calories for 35.4 grams of protein and 7.9 grams of fiber, which, yeah, macros are unbelievable. Now, something I will say, it's not very big, all right? It's quite a small portion, 325 grams. I personally will need more than that, so I would bulk this out with veggies. 100 grams of tender stem broccoli, maybe a bit of sweet corn mixed in there or something like that. But, you know, macros are still really, really decent. How much was it? I think it was £2.50. Can't remember. Freezer section. But the big thing, as always, is what's it flipping taste like, right? So, let's go in. You know the rules. We always need 2 dibs, 2 bites at the cherry, as it were. That is absolutely lovely. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of ready meals. I always find them quite bland, and I always feel I need to zhuzh them up a little bit. This badger does not need zhuzhing up at all. It does have 3.3 grams of salt in it, which might be a reason why it's got a lot of flavour. That's probably from the soya sauce. Or soy sauce, not soya. But I've had ready meals before with the same amount of salt in and still really, really bland. And this isn't bland. No, it's absolutely lovely. That is a great option for lunch. I'm not a massive fan of ready meals, but that is decent. Will I have it again? Absolutely. What am I going to score it? What am I going to score it? I'm going to knock a point off because I feel it could be bigger. And the chicken is slightly chewy, but I have pinged it for about 8.5, 9 minutes, and it should have had 8. So maybe I've just overcooked it slightly. But no, that's a bit unfair. That bit of chicken was all right. I think I've just possibly overcooked it myself. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Is it worth the calories? 100%. It is definitely worth the calories and a good, quick, convenient meal option for you. And last up for this episode of Worth the Calories, it's Sunday morning. And Sunday morning is normally sugary cereal morning in the Skyr household. But today, I'm making waffles. I'm not actually. I'm making pancakes. Yes, new in ALDI, salty caramel protein pancakes. I love the banana ones. Are these worth the calories? Straight away, thumbs up. Yes, I really like these. But they've just brought out salted caramel ones. So let's go make a nice little pancake dish for breakfast. And we'll decide if these are worth the calories. Just like the banana ones. Right, here we are, and a little bit of a different one for worth the calories because I have created a little dish. I have no idea if you can see that, but I'll put a picture of it up anyway. So this is one of my favourites. Protein pancakes. Yogurt with protein powder mixed in. I've used a caramel biscuit protein powder, which goes with the salted caramel pancakes. We've got blueberries, we've got a little drizzle of peanut butter, and we've got some honey and chia seeds on there as well. I will record this recipe, actually, for a what I eat for breakfast recipe, because it's one of my absolute favourites. Okay, these salted caramel pancakes are 244 calories for 13 grams of protein. And I have said this in a recent post, that as a good source of protein on their own isn't great. I'm not saying it is. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it isn't great. But as a base for a lovely, healthy breakfast, they are amazing. Anyway, we're here to see if they're worth the calories. So, let me try them. I'm trying them. I'm trying to try it like raw, as it were, without any of the topping on. Absolutely delicious. And now with my concoction of yogurt, Greek yogurt, 0% fat Greek yogurt, some protein powder in there, some blueberries, some chia seeds, some honey, and some peanut butter. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. Now, I'll be honest with you, those pancakes are really good. I don't know if they're better than the banana ones, to be honest with you. They're really good. Really, really good. For 244 calories, for 13 grams of protein, if that fixes a sweet craving for you, again, protein's calorie ratio is not the best thing in the world, but it's a flipping pancake. We're not going to expect the most amazing protein to calorie ratio for them. They're fantastic. I'm not going to go into more detail. On their own, not the best source of protein, but they taste delicious. They're certainly not bad. If you just wanted a couple of them with a little drizzle of honey or a little bit of Nutella on for a little bit of a sweet treat that's going to give you more nutrition than a normal pancake, they are superb. Really, really good. And if you build up a nice little breakfast like I've got here, a fantastic base for a good breakfast. Like I say, I will record this recipe because it's one of my favourites, and I'll put it up in a separate video where I'll put total calories up and everything like that. But yeah, the salty caramel protein pancakes from Aldi, worthy addition to me to go alongside the banana pancakes. I love the banana pancakes. I'm not sure if they're slightly better. But are they worth the calories to me? Absolutely they are. Absolutely fantastic. And there we go. Now, I didn't rate the salty caramel protein pancakes, and they are getting a very good 8.8 out of 10 from me. That's it. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, if you could like, subscribe, tell the world about the Real Lost Boss Worth the Calories videos, that would be amazing. And until next time, as always, in whichever way you are watching me, just make sure you are bossing your weight loss.